I am Warren J. Richardson, and the topic we are discussing today is the battle between free and paid lunches.
Questions about the lunches and all that. First question is, do you feel the lunches are well balanced?
Well, the Child Nutrition Program is regulated by the USDA federal government, so we have to follow their regulations, and they prescribe the menu elements, and so we have to meet those standards. So our menus do meet the standards set forth by the USDA. We were audited last year, and they not only require certain fruits and vegetables and protein and bread and milk, but they also look at the nutritional analysis. And so we did pass both audits with the complete menu. So it does meet the standards set forth by the USDA.
Okay. For the National School Lunch Program.
Well, there's a lot of criteria to meet, but basically, if you're going to be participating in the Child Nutrition Program and get reimbursement through the government for that program, then you have to follow all the rules and regulations. So there's non-discrimination rules, there are menu requirements, there are training program requirements. All of our staff have to do so many hours of training in menu creation and sanitation and customer service. There's a lot of paperwork that has to be completed, and in our Buffalo schools, the schools are all free. The children receive meals free in all of our schools due to the poverty rate that we have here in Buffalo. So we don't have to do all the paperwork that some of the other school districts do, but the positive side is all of these students that are in need of a meal don't have to fill out the paperwork to get it, and so there's no more stigma attached to the child getting the free meal because everyone gets the free meal. I think we're in our third year of free meals for everybody in the schools.
Let me see if there are any more questions. Okay, I think that is it.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you got all that? Do you feel the lunches are well balanced?
From my understanding, not eating lunch in the schools, from my conversations with other parents, it sounds like they can be well balanced at some schools, but not at other schools. So it's dependent on what the food service professionals are providing at each of the schools.
Oh, I didn't know it's different.
Yeah.
Do the lunches serve as a factor on childhood obesity?
Absolutely. Lunches that are high in sugars and carbohydrates in general contribute to childhood obesity, and they're also not very filling, so then children want to snack, students want to snack later on, so they're absolutely contributing to childhood obesity.
What are the recommended levels for key nutrients?
I don't know the precise amounts, but I know that, if you look at the My Plate, you have at least half the plate should be fruits and vegetables. And then a small portion of that should be carbohydrates, and then the remaining portion should be proteins. And there's a debate out there about milk. I personally don't think milk should be part of the My Plate. It should really be a glass of water, but you can take some of your sources for protein and sugars from milk.
On frac.org, it says reimbursable meals must provide no more than 30% of calories from fat and less than 10% of calories. How does that affect the lunch's health impact?
My understanding is that it can actually make it pretty complicated to create tasty meals, especially given the subsidized foods that are provided to the district. A lot of the foods that come to the district from the federal subsidized food program are pre-prepared foods, which already have a lot of salt in them, for example, and sometimes they have other preservatives. Sometimes it means more sugar in order to maintain the integrity of that food. So that can make it difficult for food service personnel to then further create healthy and delicious foods from those subsidized foods. So it can be difficult because of the nature of the food that they're getting. I think those criteria alone, if all of the foods were made from scratch, aren't prohibitive for a healthy and nutritious meal, but it's just that the materials that they're able to work with are prohibiting, yeah.
How are the schools eligible for the National School Lunch Program?
Any school that, my understanding is the school lunch program serves any child who falls within a certain level of poverty. I can't recall if it's 200% of the poverty level or something to that effect, but basically you can qualify for free and reduced lunch. And the district itself went ahead and created all free for all students because they have greater than 60% of the student population qualifies for free or reduced lunch. So any school that serves, students that are in need of certain poverty guidelines will qualify for the program.
Thank you. You get the option to choose paid or free.
You usually have to pay every day.
If you could choose, what would you choose and why?
I feel like I would choose pay because they're more nutritious and healthy.
What types of food do you get served?
We usually get served better quality food than regular schools.
How healthy or unhealthy is the food?
The food is pretty much healthier than any school.
Do you think the portions you get are satisfying?
They are very satisfying. You get more than one serving.